Hi, welcome back to my channel. And this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Child, let's get into it. So Giselle done told Candace that Chris made her feel uncomfortable at the reunion last year. And Candace is putting two and two together, and she has realized that this was the scheme that Todd set up, and she's not having it, right? They done got Eric to come talk to Candace, and Eric is like, what are you telling me this for? Now, Eric, you made yourself look a little guilty. It looks like you knew what was going on, but you know what? You got to do your job. I can't be mad at you, Eric, okay? But I did notice that Ashley was, we all noticed the smirk that was on Giselle's face after Candace stormed out of the room, right? But I also noticed that Ashley, she got that smirk that she always has when she's up to no good. And she's like, what's going on with Candace? Is Candace okay? And it's like, Ashley, you know Candace is not okay. You know what's going on. Stop it. You already know what's going on. Stop it. Okay, so what I took from this scene was Eric is trying to explain himself and say, look, everyone has said things about each other's husbands. I can't control them just like I can't control you. While that is true, Candace has spoke on things that actually happened. You guys sitting up here coming with fake storylines to malign her husband, that's not okay. We're not about to act as if Michael Darby didn't actually do things that made people talk about him. It's not the same, and we're not about to play that game. So now with this Wendy and Robin situation, this really is testing my patience because y'all know I love Robin and I like Wendy. Like, Wendy has gotten on my nerves, but I like Wendy, and I really liked Robin and Wendy's season 5 connection. And I'm saddened that they can't figure it. I'm saddened that they can't figure it out. Like, I want them to figure it out. Because I really liked them together. Like, I felt like their friendship was real. But you know what? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But so Wendy is saying that, you know what? I'm willing to give Mia some grace because I do have a friend that passed away from this disease. So I'm going to give her a little bit of, I'm going to shut up, right? But Mia keeps doing things that's like the math ain't mathing. And Robin is like, well, if that's how you feel, why did you sit there and try to make me and Giselle the problem? Like, we were the ones coming after Mia. I had to watch this 3 times before I was like, okay, let me make sure. Let me get things clear. Now, Robin, you were wrong. Wendy did not try to make you and Giselle look bad. Y'all was already looking the way y'all was looking. Really, it was Giselle that was looking bad. It really wasn't you, Robin. When they did the playback, Wendy said to Mia, is it just Giselle that feels that way, or is it both of them? That was the question that Wendy asked. And because Robin and Wendy have unresolved issues, I think whatever came out of Wendy's mouth, Robin just jumped on it. Okay, Robin is really the one that's sitting on ready, not Giselle. It is Robin. But I don't think Wendy meant it in the way that Robin took it, because I had to watch it back and was like, yeah, Robin, she didn't say what you think she said. That's not what she said, sis. I'm sorry, but you were too eager to jump on Wendy, because that's not what she said. I love you, but no. I will say that Wendy has proven herself to be inauthentic when these cameras come around, so I can understand why it is that, Robin ain't feeling her, because this is my thing. I really want them to have a one-on-one and talk through their issues, because I feel like their issues really aren't that deep. Last season, I can understand why. I think Robin is really hurt about how last season played out in general. I think that's also why Robin has taken the stance to be like, y'all not about to do Chris this way, because she's tired of getting lumped into Giselle's crimes. She's tired of getting blamed for shit that she didn't do. But then I have to tell Robin, girl, if you tired of getting lumped into their crimes, you need to be more vocal, which you're doing this season, so we appreciate that. But you also have to let Giselle take her lashings. If Giselle starts something with somebody and they're giving her the business, you kind of have to step back and let her deal with what she started. You can't jump up and fight her battles, because guess what? You're going to catch strays, and that's why you're upset now. When Giselle came for Wendy and her surgeries and her marriage and everything else, you didn't have to say nothing. You could have let Giselle and Wendy settle that. You jumped in it and you caught a stray. And it was unfortunate. But I mean, I had to be real with myself. If I know that I'm going after one and two is going to jump on me, I'm going to swing. If I already know I'm about to get jumped, I'm swinging on both you hoes. And that's what Wendy did. Wendy knew she was walking into a situation where she had to fight both of you. So she swung on both of y'all. She looked fake in the moment because she was the main one jumping up and down for the engagement. But so maybe y'all can settle this. Maybe y'all can't. I don't know. But it's going to be what it's going to be. But in this very moment, when I watched it back, I really felt like, Robin, you got the party started. You did. But yeah, Robin, you was dragging this argument. I ain't finna lie. I'm not finna cap for you, sis. I love you, Robin, but you was dragging this argument to where it didn't need to go. It wasn't that serious. Y'all are really sitting up here arguing about Mia. I do feel like, to be very honest, I'm ready to throw both of y'all away because y'all both got on my nerves. Wendy fake as hell. Wendy be looking for moments, okay? And so I feel like, Robin, when you kept dragging this issue, you gave Wendy the opportunity to perform. You gave her an opportunity like, okay, this is my moment. I'm about to have me a moment. That's what she got excited. Like, okay, I'm about to have me a moment. And that's when she started talking, you know, she started saying little buzzwords that got your juices flowing. Stand on it, stand on it, stand on it. I think Robin was like, okay, bitch, I'm standing on it. And I think Robin was still kind of like, oh, you want to play? I'm going to play too. But then when Wendy started cussing, that's when things took a turn. I really felt like when Robin stood up, initially, the stand-up was not aggressive. It turned aggressive once Wendy started cussing at her. And then it was like, Robin, you got aggressive, boo. I'm sorry. And the whole thing is dumb because this is about Mia. Y'all both feel the same way. Y'all feel like the rest of the world feels. Mia is playing games. Y'all about to get into it because of Mia? Child. And then Wendy, your stupid ass go get caught on the hot mic saying Mia's lying. Bitch, are you serious? Bitch, are you serious? You sat up in there all, you know, you standing on righteousness in the studio talking about stand on it, stand on it. And then you go out there and get caught saying, well, you thought that Mia was a liar as well. If y'all don't have Wendy and Robin sit down together and talk, I'm really going to be irritated with these two people because this was not needed. But I guess it was needed because Candace didn't give y'all what y'all was looking for. So y'all decided to turn up in another way. I guess, child. So about these kids being invited, Robin, you was dead ass wrong for that shit. That was nasty. I love Robin, but I'm not going to cap for Robin. I said it. I'm not. That was nasty. If you had invited everybody else separately and just didn't invite Wendy, that's understandable. But to do it in front of her face and be like, no, I'm not inviting her. That's fucked up. Why would you do that? That wasn't cute. Like that didn't look right, Robin. That didn't look right at all. And everybody's sitting there like, oh, why you didn't invite? Like that was wrong because if Candace last season when Candace was having events and wasn't inviting Ashley, everybody was making it their business to be like, why isn't Ashley invited? Why isn't Ashley invited? And y'all gonna sit up there and Robin do that with the kids, and y'all don't think that that's fucked up. I don't care. You don't do that with children. That isn't right. And we've already seen in the preview that she's going to ask Candace to get Wendy's kids and bring them. That's also some bullshit. That's nonsense. I don't know. No, I don't have kids, but I don't know any parent that it would go for that. Robin, why are you doing this, Robin? Why are you doing this to me, Robin? Why are you making me have to speak against you? I don't like that. I don't, because you really tripping. You really tried it, Robin. For you to not invite that woman's kids, that was ugly. And you know it. And that's why on the preview, we see that you're going to try to get Candace to bring her kids. And you know that's not going to work. What mother is going to go for that? You already excluded her children. Like, no. You already excluded them. It's being filmed. It's on TV. You knew they were probably going to air that because that was a petty little scene. And then like now, because you know you look bad, now you want to be like, oh, well, I'm going to ask Candace to bring the kids. The thought of me having to go get 3 kids that don't normally be with me. So they're probably, because kids don't listen. Kids do not listen. The thought of having to go take 3 kids that are not usually with me and bring them to this type of event, it gives me anxiety. Like, what if Candace loses one of the kids? No. And Candace, I can't believe that you would be a part of such nonsense. Robin, you was wrong for that. You're going to have to take that. You're going to have to take that L. You was wrong. Because season 2, when Monique invited everybody to her daughter's birthday party and she did not invite Giselle, do you think Giselle would have given her kids to you, Robin, to bring to Monique's house? No. I love you, Robin, but no, you was wrong. That was icky. I didn't like that. Do better. Do better. Making me go against you like that, girl. What's wrong with you? So Ashley gets exposed by, is it their realtor? I don't really know. I already told y'all I don't care nothing about this divorce because I don't believe it's really going to happen. And even if it does happen, she ain't going to tell us the truth about it. I don't care. I don't really care about this divorce, but I find it really funny that the realtor exposed them and was like, girl, you don't have to pretend that you're not getting a divorce. That's not going to stop you. Everything is good to go. And she's like, oh, really? And then the production asks Ashley like, girl, you finding out that Michael lied to you again? And she's like, yeah. When has this man not lied to her? When has this man not lied to her? Like, I'm sick of that shit. I really am. Michael and Ashley next. Okay, so Mia and Robin meet up. I feel like it was unnecessary, but I guess it gave us a little something. It gave us a little something. I would have much preferred seeing Wendy and Robin have a sit down because they need to talk. Okay, but whatever. They gave us what they gave us, so we gotta deal with what we got. Okay. Mia reveals that she had 2 lumps on her behind and that's what they were dealing with or whatever. I don't know why I thought she said something was wrong with her lungs. The people have been saying on social media that it is some plastic surgery gone wrong, and I'm starting to think that that's exactly what it is, and she just doesn't want us to know. But like I said, and I'm always going to say, I'm going to send well wishes to Mia because you could be fine today and then tomorrow it'd be something else. I don't know why Mia is taking us through this journey, but I'm just going to send her well wishes. I don't want to talk about this woman's health. I just don't. Now, Robin is my girl, but I'm very confused as to why Robin thought that she should bring up this whole Chris issue to Mia, of all people. Robin, what's going on, sis? What's happening? Because I'm confused about that. We all appreciate the stance that you have taken, but why would you bring that issue to Mia? I'm going to tell myself that production made you bring it up to Mia. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Because, Robin, you got better sense than this. So I'm going to believe that production strong-armed you and says, bring it up to Mia. Because they knew a Mia and that's what it is. That's what we're going to believe, okay? Because, what? So that Mia is a dangerous human being. That lady can lie. She tells Robin she got something to add at the spring fling party. Chris was staring her down. And she was just like, oh my God. And I kept catching it. And production was like, girl, we're not about to let you lie like this. Because they include footage where Chris was looking away from Mia. He was doing his best not to look at Mia. And my thing with Mia is like, after that man embarrassed you last year on social media and let you know that you don't even qualify. You ain't got it. You ain't got what his wife got. He don't want it. He don't want what you working with. You gonna decide to lie on this man again? for production to back him and make you look like the fool that you are, and you ain't got no shame about it. I'll be embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed. I would be so like, that man already told you last season when you lied. You told the world this man ate your ass on the cash trip. And this man was like, girl, I don't want you. You don't get shame? I can't do Mia. I can't do Mia. They've been calling her Lie Mia and Lion Ass Mia. Lion Ass Mia. You don't get embarrassed. You don't know how to, you must don't have that feeling. And for me, it make me feel like Giselle wanted to make up with Mia so that Mia would corroborate her story. Because Mia, you just pulled this story out of your ass because you wanted to fit in with the rest of the ladies. Or did somebody tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, back me up? Because I got my eye on you, Mia and Giselle. Y'all are so unserious. Okay, so this meetup between Karen and Giselle. Giselle's going over to Karen's house. Okay, whatever. Karen says Ashley and Mia both called her to tell her about this situation between Giselle and Chris. Now, we're to believe what we've been watching. Ashley doesn't know anything about what happened between Giselle and Chris, right? Because when she kept asking Giselle, Giselle was like, oh, nothing's wrong with Candace. I think her stomach just hurt. Candace could hear you guys asking about her. So y'all damn sure heard everything Candace said about Mr. Handsy Darby. So y'all know damn well what was going on between Giselle and Candace and this whole Chris situation. Y'all playing with our intelligence, and I don't like that. I don't. This really seems like a setup. I mean, it's obvious that this is a setup at this point. It's very obvious, because why are you Ashley calling Karen to tell her about this? That reality TV karma, when it come back, I'm gonna be happy. When they come back for all of y'all that's in part of this, y'all gonna deserve whatever y'all get. Okay, so Giselle is filling Karen in on what happened with Chris at the reunion last season. And my thing is, when she told it to Robin, there was one set of details, and she told it to Candace, it's another set of details. As she's telling it to Karen, she is revealing another set of details. As this is playing out, Chris is also telling Candace his version of what happened. And I just kind of feel like, Giselle, you playing in our faces. I hate to diminish her story. I hate to tell a woman that if she feels uncomfortable, she's not allowed to speak up on it. I never want to be that girl. But I really feel like this is some BS. Giselle said to Robin that Chris DMs her all the time is innocent, but it makes her feel uncomfortable. So if that is the case, there never should have been an instance where you were alone in a room with a man who already made you feel uncomfortable. He DMs you all the time. That means something about him, his spirit, your spirit don't take his. And when he asks you, can we speak privately? The answer should have been no. If you already felt uncomfortable by the DMs, the interactions on social media, even though you said it out your mouth that they've always been innocent, when he asked to speak with you privately, whether there was someone in the room or not, you should have said no. You should have said, Chris, this is not a good time. And after this is not a good time him 3, 4, 5 times, he's going to get the message. Because you say it's innocent, right? You say it's innocent, but at the same time, it makes you uncomfortable. So if just talking to you on social media makes me uncomfortable, there's no way in the world I'm having a private conversation with you in a hotel room with 50 people or 20 people. If you and I can't speak right here on the stage, then we're not going to talk about it. If when me, you, and Candace are all together, you can't tell me what you got to tell me, we're not friends on that level. And I wouldn't encourage extra conversation with someone who makes me uncomfortable. So I don't even understand how do we get to We're in a room together. When you make me uncomfortable through social media, your social media interactions with me already makes me uncomfortable. Why the hell am I talking to you in a hotel room? How does that happen? She tells Karen also that, oh, she felt bad and she just wanted the interaction to be over with. And she told Chris, hey, can you go check and see if they're ready for me? And Chris immediately left. Okay, so I'm really missing the point of what did Chris do? Like, I want to believe women, right? I really do. But I'm really trying to understand what it is that Chris did to Giselle. Because you say he was in the room with you talking about Candace. And you asked him to leave. You asked him to go see if they were ready for you. And he left. So what did Chris do? Was it the fact that Chris even wanted to... Like, I'm confused because there are so many instances, right, where Chris and Candace are having moments, okay, playful moments as husband and wife, and Giselle is constantly interjecting herself into their moments. She's constantly talking about this man's brown peen. She's constantly like, I'm really like, if this man makes you feel uncomfortable, we can't tell, and he clearly can't tell either, because it's the math isn't mathing. Do you just not want him to speak to you at all? Like, I'm confused at what Chris did wrong. While this is going on, Karen decides to let us know that she had a similar situation with a husband on this show 3 years ago. She doesn't say who he is, but she said he hugged her so tight that her breasts were like, she felt her breasts push in. And she was uncomfortable with that. She spoke to her pastor and her husband. And because we know Karen's history, I understand why that would make her uncomfortable. But see, with Karen's story, something happened. I don't think that was the person's intent, was to make Karen feel away. But because of what Karen has gone through, she felt away. But see, something happened. Giselle, you acknowledged that he didn't touch you, or he didn't say anything to you inappropriate. So I'm really trying to understand what Chris did wrong. At the same time as this is showing, they show Candace is with Chris and they're talking about the same thing. And Chris is like, I don't really know. Like, I'm confused. He said, at first I was upset, but I'm really confused. As the rest of us are. We are all confused because what are you trying to say? What are you saying happened? Like, honestly, it's like you playing. Giselle, you're playing with us. You're playing with us. Chris also says how many times that she's mentioned his peen, and she has. Me personally, I'm not that. I've been in situations. Where people's boyfriends or husbands have made me feel uncomfortable. I have. And I established boundaries. They can't call me. They can't talk to me. They can't do nothing. I don't follow them on social media, and they don't follow me. Or if they do follow me, I don't talk to them. Because if you've already made me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to establish boundaries. You won't ever catch me talking about what their peen look like or what it don't look like. So, I mean, we are just as confused as you are, Chris. Honestly, there's no confusion. This was some setup for a storyline because Giselle has nothing else to talk about. And I really hate to say that to Giselle. I actually like Giselle, but I don't like this. Okay, so Robin joins Chris and Candace, and Chris is kind of like, do I greet you? I don't know. He acted a little funny style. And I don't blame him, because this is a really terrible thing for someone to say about you, right? Especially as a man, he probably is like, damn, what did I do? Maybe I did do something to this lady that I'm unaware of. I'm going to just get these women dry energy from now on. And I don't blame him, and I hope he just does that moving forward. And this really made me feel bad for him. It really made me feel really, really bad, because I have brothers. I have cousins that I look at as my brothers. I have homeboys. I have uncles. If somebody did that to them, it would be a whole problem in Houston, Texas. Like, are you kidding me? Like, don't play. This is nothing to play with. So I find myself feeling really, really bad for Chris at this moment. I really do. Because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to nobody that I love. But anyways, Robin is like, don't do me like that. Get up and give me a hug like we always do. Don't act like that. And I love Robin. I love Robin, but I'm starting to feel like Robin. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But I don't know. I'm going to say this. I think Robin is taking the position that she's taken this season because she really, really did not like how she was lumped into that whole Eddie cheating rumor thing business last year. That clearly was Ashley and Giselle 100%. And everyone absolved Ashley of any wrongdoing and blamed Robin. And so I feel like Robin this season is like, absolutely not. Y'all are not going to blame me for this. I'm going to speak up for him because this is wrong. But at the same time, you know what your homegirls are up to. You do. But it's pretty clear to me that Ashley and Giselle, the usual suspects, they cooked this shit up. That's what they did. I feel like Ashley, Mia, and Giselle, y'all all married creeps, okay? Giselle, you married the cheating pastor that had 10 babies on you, per what your daddy told us. Mia, you married your granddaddy. You wife number 4. He over there flicking his tongue at Karen. And Ashley, we all know what Ashley married. She married the monster that goes around and snatches and grabs people's booty. And I feel like at this point, Ashley, Mia, and Giselle are like, why should Candace have a nice husband? Why should Candace get to walk around here with her husband and be cute? And, you know, why does he get to have a good name? Our men all have smut on their name. Let's throw some on Chris. That's what it feels like to me. Because a DM, Ashley, you have justified every creepy, disgusting thing that your husband has done on this show. From the meeting up on Grindr, you defended that. Him grabbing the cameraman, you defended that. Him grabbing Andrew, you defended that. All the things that your husband has done. There was charges somebody tried to press charges on your husband. You defended all of that. I'm gonna kick up dust about somebody replying to your Instagram story. Giselle, the tea on your ex-husband is that he was messing with the people in the pews. But you're mad because Chris spoke to you in the room. You let him in the room. You do realize you allowed him in the room. He didn't just burst into your room and say, hey, we're going to talk. You allowed him to go in the room. But you're going to kick up dust about that. You ain't never want to sit up here and talk about all the stuff your ex-husband was accused of. And Mia, like I said, at this point, I feel like, I said it in another video and I'm going to say it again here. I think that Giselle and Ashley, it starts with Giselle and Ashley, okay? Neither of them have been able to have what Candace and Chris has on this show. And they don't like it. And they's like, we shutting all that shit down. Ashley and Michael thought when they came on this show, they thought they were going to be Melissa and Joe Gorga. They're going to be the fun couple going around drinking Coronas. Michael Darby thought he was going to get to be like Lil Joe, hitting people on their booty, you know, doing all that weird shit. That's what they thought was going to happen. He thought he was going to get to be like Jax from Vanderpump Rules and smash everything that had a pair of legs. That's what he thought. That's what Ashley and Michael Darby thought their Bravo experience was gonna be. And it hasn't been that. Hasn't been that. From season 1, you saw the antics that Michael Darby was doing. He thought he was gonna be received the way Jax was received. And that has not been the situation. The same with Giselle. Giselle thought she was gonna bring her ex-husband on the show because when she allegedly started dating Jamal again, Jamal, a lot of his sermons were going viral. There was a lot of good attention on Jamal. He was doing his thing. So she thought she was going to bring her ex-husband on the show and they was going to be able to parade around with the Bryants. And his little girlfriends was like, nah, we ain't having none of that. They start sending all the stories to YouTubers and everybody else. New babies started popping up. All types of tea started getting spilled. So Jamal was like, I ain't part of this. Y'all know what happened with the binder and the bird lady. And I really feel like it just comes down to they are jealous of Candace and Chris. Chris gets to come on this show. He has a fan base. He's not a housewife, but he has a fan base. People like him. People that don't even like Candace like Chris. And I think that that's something that Giselle and Ashley both didn't like. Why does your husband get to come on the show and get a good edit? Why does your husband get to be portrayed in a good light? Why does your husband have fans? But anytime they talk about Jamal or Michael Darby, it's in a negative way. We gonna break that shit up. I feel like that's what they came up with. And they got lying ass Mia to co-sign. They even got Karen to share a Me Too story to like really make it look like something that it's not. Last season, it was Eddie. Oh, we gonna blast these rumors about him cheating on his wife to the world. Because why should Wendy have a husband who loves and cares about her and takes care of the babies while she go on girls trips? And Ashley has to call Michael every 5 minutes to make sure he's not embarrassing her. Why does Wendy get to have that? Why does Candace get to have that? No, you don't get to have that type of peace. We're on this show and we're getting embarrassed and all of our dirty laundry is getting aired. We're going to make sure that your laundry is dirty too. That's what it feels like to me. I'm sorry, but this is really disgusting. And I feel like as much as I have liked and enjoyed Giselle in the past, she deserves the Phaedra treatment. Because you literally sat up here and told us that Chris lured you to an empty room with ill intentions. And it's not true. If someone does that, that is really terrible. But you're leaving out the fact that you allowed him into your space. If you have been feeling uncomfortable by Chris, just from internet, social media interactions, there's no reason why when Chris said, hey, can we speak privately? Your answer should have been yes. Your answer should have said, you know what, Chris? No, I don't want to talk to you privately. No, Chris, I don't want to talk to you. No, Chris, I don't find that. You could have said whatever you had to say, but the answer should have come down to a no. So the fact that you're like, oh my God, what he did to me, what did he do to you? You invited him into your room. You invited him into your space. And he's talking about Candace. And your ass wanted to know what he was going to... You were hoping for him to say something bad about Candace that you could use. And since he didn't give you that, this is what you came up with. That's what it looked like to me. And it's a shame. Giselle, I think you're going to regret doing this. Ashley ain't going to regret it because Ashley's doing what Ashley always gets away with everything. You, Giselle... Unless you could tell me something else, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this story that you fed us so far. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.